DOZHATOLDYA.COM.
Man, Joey Badass went crazy though, man. I must say. I got all kind of shit going on, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. We got all kind of shit going on. I guess we got a little time to get into some funky shit. Diddy trial. If you waited this late, you deserve it. So Diddy trial it is. If you with us this long, let's talk about it. Since they brought up Diddy during the beef, I don't even know if that's beef. What is that? It's a rap battle. It's turning into something though, because Joey Badass going crazy. All right, so let's keep this thing moving along and talk about this Diddy trial. So it's been a week, actually 2 weeks now, and I'm going to check in with what's going on today as we know it. In case you don't know, if you have been under the rock, you know that Cassie has taken the stand last week, and we just had Don Richard that took the stand this weekend, followed by Cassie's old roommate and friend, Morgan. I can't remember her last name, but Morgan actually sued Cassie and Diddy for assault, and they paid her because she said that Diddy hit her in the head with a hanger. And he probably just threw the hanger at her or whatever and bopped her in the head or something. I don't know, man. You know, it says a wooden hanger and she gave her a concussion. These concussions is crazy. Like, I think I probably had a few concussions as a kid. Now that these folks catching concussions for all kind of stuff, I don't know, man. I'm gonna let it ride. But so far, I'm just gonna speak on the parts in the case. They say Lil Rod Jones comes out of hiding for the Diddy trial. Okay, that's when it's gonna get interesting. When Lil Rod get out there and start saying, all the stuff that he done seen. I think that we might not have seen nothing yet, but so far the defense have showed that Cassie, to me, was kind of not necessarily complicit, but she's not the victim that everybody is trying to, not even trying, that everybody is. She is a victim of domestic abuse and trauma and everything. It's just a slippery slope. I know I can't really say a lot of this stuff, but I'm just gonna say that from what I seen, she was initiating. And when I see a lot of folks throw the word grooming out there, and then on the Joe Budden podcast, they was saying Stockholm syndrome was the word I was throwing out a lot, and I wanted to address that in particular. In this case, the Stockholm syndrome, I think, is a little different because Cassie had the ability to come and go as she pleased, once I think that they spent their time together, and that's what she kind of got used to doing, to spend time with Diddy. But he had her in the spin cycle, man. I hate to say it like that, but it's, she probably felt like for a while she had Diddy in the spin cycle because she was, getting done by all these men. And then they said that the man, it's just a lot of holes in the story that's coming out. But I got plenty of clips and plenty of things that I want to share. So, how does Alex find all of this stuff? Pretty rough, But he's taking it like a champ. Pause all that, by the way. Matter of fact, let's just show the clip. Just show the clip, Doja.
How you feeling, man?
How you feeling good?
How you feeling? You feeling good?
Alex, it's me. Alex, it's me. Alex, it's me.
Alex, it's me.
Alex, it's me.
You're trying to get that boy to turn around. He ain't turning around for nobody. You, me, they.
How'd it go in there?
That boy trying to hit him with the Alex, it's me. I was not giving no damn about that shit. All right, man. Yeah, so Alex fine, man. Is he the mastermind that saved Cassie and then turned her into a $50 million cash cow? While Diddy was, oh my, I guess I shouldn't be making these jokes. These are bad jokes. I'm just gonna say them in my head. Then yeah, I get real bad with that. But yeah, man, he said that he was straight though. He ain't got no issues. He's standing by his woman. So bump what y'all heard, bump what y'all thought. All is fine. Ain't worried about nothing. They got a new baby on the way. Bless their new family, I guess. But that's got to be tough. Got to be a tough situation. To have to hear your wife like tell these stories. All right, so I just also want to address the extended version of the tape.
CNN appears to corroborate some of the allegations of abuse against music mogul Sean. CNN appears to corroborate some of the allegations of abuse against music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. The video, captured on multiple cameras,
like that.
shows Combs assaulting
all right, so
his
we've seen that before, right?
then girlfriend Cassie Ventura.
We've seen that version of the tape, but there's another version of the tape that was released, and for me, it changed a few things. I can't front. Seeing the new version of the tape changed a few things for me as well. Seeing the fact that someone came upstairs and actually stopped her, and he didn't drag her all the way down the hallway. He just dragged, not saying he didn't drag her all the way to the room and held the captive that night, because that's kind of what the original tapes will make you think. And then after seeing the extended version of the tape, I wonder why people would even just only show that edited version, and it made me feel like this is a part of the smear campaign. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. It's actually going on right now. I'm going to check in and get some up to date stuff to talk to y'all about, but I don't want to just be the person that excusing violence, excusing the tyranny that is Sean Diddy Combs. Hearing these stories, they are horrific. I really can't really imagine going through or putting someone through the things that Diddy put Cassie through. But, and there is a but, I just have to address the fact that in that lifestyle, I don't understand why a lot of women go for the men that they go for. But to be comfortable and to live a certain type of life, and then they said, well, he was controlling her music. I mean, yeah, but you can just you can make a mixtape or something, or, you know, he had it in the spin cycle. But maybe, you know, they dropped some of the music and maybe it wasn't really doing what they wanted it to do. But maybe she didn't need to drop any music because she was Diddy's girlfriend. You know, maybe that's a part of it as well. And for the folks that, for just to address the Stockholm Syndrome type of thing, it wasn't like they talk about the story like as if he had her handcuffed to the bed. And that ain't really what the text messages tell. So it gets kind of sketchy when both sides of the truth get revealed in court. You know, it gets nasty. And again, yeah, there was times that the abuse can be ways that you can coerce someone into doing something. But there are also times when she got away with Kid Cudi. He's a very powerful guy, you know, in his own right. Kid Cudi is worth some millions, even though they did have his car blown up, allegedly. I don't really see if that really could stop if she really wanted to be with Kid Cudi like completely. She cheated on Kid Cudi again by going back to Diddy and doing the stuff that her and Diddy did. The FOs. And I mean, it's a thing where, you know, a man could show a woman a certain lifestyle and give her certain things that she never would imagine she would obtain. And if you saying that the lifestyle was the Stockholm Syndrome, like it's the money, the bag. And for them to still like be involved in monetary gains, evolving this experience, I understand. You know, if you are obligated, you know, if it's coming to you, then get it. But I just don't see why all of these things once they line up, I don't see why a lot of folks don't see it. That it's kind of clearly more than what they making it out to be. Because so far, it's like you're saying this man pimping out his girlfriend, but they paying other people. It'd be a whole different thing if they was like making money off of Cassie to have the sex. But this is just what he does to get off, and it's freaky, it's nasty, you know, it's heinous. But that's him and his old lady's business. Until it's not. And now it's everybody else's business. So now we gotta deal with this every day. And then, you know, Dawn Richard got on the stand, and she didn't really make that much of a difference either. All she really said was a few things that really just reinforced the fact that they were in an abusive relationship, and he abused Cassie. And if that's what he needs to go down for, that's what he needs to go down for. But the RICO charge, I feel like is just it's just over the top. It might have been over the top with R. Kelly. It might have, you know what I'm saying, been over the top with Young Thug. The RICO charge might have been over the top with everybody that's in the entertainment business that they use it against. True indeed, some of the statutes can line up with some of the crimes that they can possibly prove that certain people are doing. I just don't see that it's I don't see it being designed to entrap entertainers who are American kind of servants and who are, living a certain type of life that a lot of entertainers and rich people have done since the beginning of time. It's like what they do, with what they get is how they decide to live their life. And the older you get, the more you realize that. A lot of folks, they living like it ain't tomorrow because, you might not see tomorrow. At the same time, I believe in making a plan. I plan to be around for many, many years, but still, you never know. Lord willing, right? So again, man, thoughts and prayers to everybody, man. Of course, like thoughts and prayers to again Alex and Cassie and their whole family and Cassie mama, man. I know Cassie mama hate Diddy, man. Been trying to get her away. He said Daylight, his name should be not like. Been trying to get that girl away from Diddy for the longest. Alex finally came along. A trainer, man, came along and scooped her up. I ain't gonna lie. The theories I got, I really be having about some of this stuff. I can't even really say it on the show. I can't even say it. Like, maybe I'll say it one day, but I can't completely speak on it because people would hate me. But so far, I don't really see them proving enough for it to be a RICO racketeering charge.
Of the Diddy trial. Afternoon started with the cross-examination of Carrie Morgan, Cassie's former best friend. And
he did do her. He did do her dirty though. You choking the best friend because your girl cheating on you. You going crazy. But I mean, I also got to just factor that in. Like, it's Cassie, man. She can have a lot of different powerful men. Like, and she was with Ryan Leslie, like, before that. So the grooming thing doesn't really, it shouldn't really apply. You groom, she was already groomed, and it might not have been by Diddy. We groom a lot of our girls out here to go for the rich man. And there's a lot of bullshit that comes with the bag. Is the bullshit that comes with the bag worth it? Is the question. I don't think it's worth it. Why couldn't Cassie get with a regular dude? And when she got with the regular dude, does she still need the lifestyle? You damn right she does. And she want Diddy to pay. And when he didn't pay, she took him to court. Before she even took it to court, before it even got that far, before it even got out all the way, Diddy paid. And when he paid, they still had clips. They still had evidence. And they were salivating. They was ready to release it. They released the evidence in a certain way to make it look as malicious as possible, even though it's pretty malicious because he chokeslams her and kicks her and throws stuff at her. What was in the bag that she was taking away from the hotel that Diddy was just so pressed about? I just wonder that. Seemed to be some money, maybe. But yeah, man, the man is a sicko. Money can do that to people. I pray that success that I'm aiming for will not compromise my character ever in life. And I just don't really fathom that even being the case, but it's just be weird, the type of people that people go for, man. And the people that cling to, man. And we see it all the time, man. Good girls like bad boys, man. And unfortunately, Cassie is a good girl, but she also has a bad boy fetish. She shows it. Doesn't mean that the bad boy is supposed to do it, or I guess like Diddy did her, but hey, man. Folks is getting kind of sick. So I don't know. I'll just move right along, man. Diddy trial is going crazy, though. Every week, updates. I'm catching the updates up to date from some very, very, very good sources. Shout out to Lauren Conlon. She been giving it up.
Diddy Day 7. I'm going to give you the morning update. I apologize about my audio yesterday. I'll make sure that doesn't happen again. So Day 7, Diddy walked into court this morning in really good spirits. He actually turned around. There's a press section and a public section in the courtroom. And he turned around to the section of the public and he gave like a heart to that, and one woman gave it back. That was an interesting moment. But we finished off with the cross-examination.
He's still giving love.
I'm sorry, we finished off with the rest of the direct of David James, the assistant. And David James testified some pretty things that I thought were shocking. He was forced to take a polygraph twice when Cassie's love bracelet went missing, and another time when Diddy's watch went missing. And he described being very nervous for both of those. And he said that he passed the first polygraph totally fine, but the second one, he said he passed the question about stealing the watch, but the guy that was administering it was like, "Are you nervous about something?" And he said that he admitted to taking a pair of Sean John jeans and like a bottle of Ciroc or something like that. He also
Diddy running this shit like goddamn Nino Brown over there, boy. Diddy running that thing like the Carter, boy. Got them boys straight butt naked, boy. Got them taking polygraph tests, man. Something go missing around here, boy. Did you take the shit? Hey, man, I need to know, did you take this watch? Okay, strap them up. We finna find out tonight if you didn't take that watch. I mean, hey, man, I never had that kind of watch, so I don't know, I guess.
And like a bottle of Ciroc or something like that. He also talked about not seeing any physical violence between Cassie and Diddy, but he did see them argue a lot. He also testified, and this is direct, he testified that one day in January of 2009, he was doing some research on something for Diddy at Diddy's house, and Diddy and Cassie walked in from a club. I guess Cassie went to bed, but Diddy was very irate and kind of ran over to him because of some blog post that got released about Cassie getting hit at a club, and he really accused David James of maybe spreading this or releasing this to a blog, and he said that he was very scared because Diddy kind of pushed him out of the way and started searching his browser history to see if he was lying. And he describes that moment as just being really tense and really shocking. He talked about how he, at one New Year's Eve party, he took ecstasy. He was off and he stole it from Diddy's med bag, and he was vibing, having fun at this party. He actually called what he was doing around the party Diddy bopping. Sorry, I didn't mean to do it. That was dumb. And when he said Diddy bopping, Diddy actually laughed. And so he said the next day, he's back at work, and apparently he said Diddy took video of all of his parties. So Diddy was playing back video footage of this party, and he's like, "Yo, David, is that you?" And David said, "Yeah, that's me." And he said, "Were you on drugs or on ecstasy?" And he said, "Yeah, I was." And Diddy said something along the lines of, "Well, I'm gonna keep this in case I need it," type of thing. We also heard about David James advancing rooms for Diddy. And advancing rooms could mean anything from, a green room at the Ellen Show to hotel rooms. So he described making them very comfortable for Diddy, and he would go and get snacks at Dwayne Reed, and he would be reimbursed for this. He would use his own money, and then he would submit expense reports to Bad Boy and be paid for them. Woo! Okay. So he actually said, and this is nothing to do with the trial, but it was so weird. He said that Diddy would request things like Jell-O and applesauce, and I was just like, oh, is he getting his wisdom teeth out? But, he also said that Diddy liked to put applesauce on cheeseburgers. But when he had to buy baby oil or Astroglide or condoms, he said he would not expense these, and he would get paid through cash, through like a security guard or something. And just going to the cross-examination for just a minute, when he was being crossed, Agnifilo really wanted to hammer home. So, when you bought these things, the baby oil, the Astroglide, this was not through Bad Boy. This was not through Bad Boy. He kept kind of, you know, hammering that home. All right, so he also talked about an incident where he was called to bring some food to Cassie and Diddy at a hotel, and it took him about an hour, or maybe he was not just food, maybe it was like an iPod or iPad, but he said that when he got to the hotel, no one was answering the door, so he used the key because he would set up the hotel, so he would have a key. So he said he put the key in and he walked in, and Cassie was on her back in the bed with the covers pulled up. And the way they wanted us to, I guess, picture this was that David James said he had seen Cassie sleep before, but it didn't look like she was sleeping because he always saw Cassie sleep on her side, not on her back. And then he saw a naked man with long hair who was very well endowed. And he thought Diddy was in the shower. And then they left it at that, kind of hinting, okay, you guys know what this is. You know what's going on here. He also talked about the Mel's Diner incident, which, you know, at this point, I think we've heard a couple different versions of this story, and his version was a little bit different. So he testified that Diddy sent he and D-Rock out for cheeseburgers, and Diddy was home with Cassie. They go out for cheeseburgers. They're in the car in like a silver type of SUV they described, and they see D-Rock says, yo, that's Suge. So David James is driving and D-Rock is in the passenger seat, and he gets out, sorry, it's tangled. He gets out and he goes around to Suge, who's in the passenger seat of the car, doesn't get out. I guess they exchange hellos, and Suge doesn't recognize D-Rock, and he says, yo, I'm Biggie's boy. And Suge says, what are you doing in my city? And he says, you know, I'm making money, whatever. They, you know, say bye. He goes into Mel's Diner. Hopefully you guys, sorry, can hear me. He goes into Mel's Diner. Didn't need that close up. And David James goes with him. And I guess it's glass, this location. So D-Rock looks outside, and he said that he sees 4 different SUVs pull up, you know, on different corners of the parking lot. And then he sees Suge hand a gun, or somebody hand a gun to Suge. So D-Rock's like, yo, we gotta go. And then David James describes them going home. He said that, you know, D-Rock tells Diddy this, him and Cassie are outside arguing, and Diddy instructs him to get into another car, a black SUV, where David James is driving, and D-Rock is in the passenger seat, and Diddy's in the back with 3 handguns on his lap. When they got to Mel's, it appeared that Suge was gone. He drove around for a while. Essentially, they ended up going home, and David James said he was very scared, and he said that he immediately went to Bad Boy after this HR, and he quit. And he said he gave 6 months notice they could find someone else, and they were like, well, do you want to work at Sean John, or do you want another job, whatever? And he's like, no, I'm good. I'm out.
See, there you go. Someone sees something that they're not comfortable with, and they decide, hey, I ain't finna deal with this. I'm out. You want to work with this other company? Not if it says Sean Diddy Combs on it. New. Voila. Good job, buddy. So day 7, again, it's been kind of another boring day. Sorry, y'all. Another boring day in court, looks like.
Out.
But look like Diddy starting to feel a little like himself. Cameras every day and coming out a little bit just to even deal with the biggest case of his life. Yeah. But yeah, this wasn't really a good witness. The defense is gonna have an amazing time crossing with them. So that is my Diddy updates. I think I showed y'all too much. Yeah, but that's the Diddy updates, man. Diddy trial. Y'all let me know if y'all think what y'all think, man. I just don't think. I think they're gonna plead to some different charges. I think they're gonna try to change the charges around. But I don't know. They got to show me some more. They got to show me some more. They gonna fuck around and start talking about Diddy and Pac. Watch. Them folks gonna try everything. Guarantee it. Them folks gonna try everything. All right, so bro, it's just so much, bro, to talk about every week. I just don't understand how I could do it every week, even by myself. This DDG shit. Chris Brown got arrested, and they're holding Chris Brown. Let's talk about that real quick. Rapper Chris Brown was arrested in the UK over a bottle attack that happened last year at a London nightclub. And them folks said, "We remember Chris Brown. We remember. We knew you'd be back." Them folks said, "Hey, Chris, we knew you'd be back." We remember. But they holding that man without bonds, so it ain't funny. Well, more money, more problems, man. I don't know if I gotta have this doggone music in the background. But it's a police detectives arrested the 36-year-old American just after 2 a.m. at the Lowry Hotel in Manchester. They was waiting. Folks had done scoped you out, Chris. Some bullshit. Brown was held on suspicion of causing grievous bodily harm to music producer Abe Daw at a trendy tape nightclub in Mayfair, Central London in February 2023. Some shit that happened last year. They'll still lock your ass up for some bullshit. Say he was taken into custody and thought to have been taken to a local police station for questioning. Man, bottom line is, man, they holding this man without bail because I guess they probably can because they probably waited a whole year to get him. So they're holding him without bail until June or July 13th. The man's supposed to be on tour. So they're making some demands. The lawyers gonna get on that. They just want, you know what I'm saying? You know, you just got to shell that money out, Chris. You finna go on tour, so, you know, there's a lot of money to be made on this tour. So there's a lot of folks that's going to put that bread up to be like, yeah, y'all take this $1 million or $2 million and shut the fuck up and let Chris Brown out. The fuck? Your blokes. Trump, go get let's see if Donald Trump go get Chris Brown, man. You know, Elon saved enough money on Doge. Let's see if Donald Trump go get him. But yeah, man, we need that man out in time for the tour. No doubt, man. Keep your head up, man. Hold your head up, Chris. Some bullshit. But you can't be hitting people upside the head either with bottles, Chris. You know. Give that man some probation and anger management, man. Let that man get on tour, man. We need these records, man. Let's keep that man in the studio. How dare y'all? How dare y'all play with that man like that? Keep that man in the studio. Chris fucking Brown, y'all. We don't want to even hear that shit. All right, so damn, I thought the Diddy trial was gonna give me something juicy today. Pause. Not that little wasn't really the what's haps. All right, what else we got, man? Before we get up out of here, because we are running kind of long. We're running kind of long. We got about 15 more minutes. We could talk about DDG, man. So this DDG situation is kind of a sad situation, man, because it's just starting to look like, oh, damn, we ain't even talk about Tory Lanez either. Which one we going to do? I'm gonna try to talk about both of them real quick. Okay, so the DDG situation is just a sad situation because it just seemed like, what can you do as a black man in a relationship? Like, I feel like I know that he has some onus on making the relationship work out, but if the relationship don't work out and y'all have kids together, like, why is it such a hard time for people to actively co-parent? I mean, I know people that do it, so I know it doesn't really mean that for everybody, but all this restraining orders and all this stuff going on, you getting done to the father of your kids, and you know there are bruises on her arm that should be addressed, but a lot of this stuff just seems to be a little bit overwhooping to me. And I was saying you're gonna get this man visitation of his kids for 4 hours a week, 4 to 6 hours a week or some shit. Like, what? How you gonna raise a man, you know, with only 4 to 6 hours? And I know, you know what I'm saying, there's going to be another man around because there's always going to be another man around. Haley is a beautiful woman. But still, that's crazy, man. Nightly, DDG loses endorsements. You know, he loses his ability to make money in the ways that he knows how to make money. Album came out, folks ain't supporting the album. The album ain't even that bad. But yeah, man. They've been mad. They've been mad at DDG, man. DDG said the girls love him though. DDG said they mad, but the girls love him. But yeah, man, hold your head up, brother. On this particular time, I gotta go with DDG on this one, man. I feel like y'all could figure out ways of living y'all life without trying to limit the opportunities that this man could see his, to have his son and see his son. You know, he had a family. You know, he makes money. You know, y'all gotta do better than that. I can't really just see that man putting his hands on the Little Mermaid. Like, I really just, I don't know. I got to stand. I got to be on the side of DDG on this one because I can't see that. So, anyway, I'm gonna move right along. Yeah, but I don't know about all that. All right, so what we got next, man? End the show out with Tory Lanez. I took all this time, a whole 3 hours on listening to music and hip hop and all the extra stuff. Y'all know y'all want to talk about the Diddy trial and all. You know, y'all want to. We gonna do what we can to go live on our normal day on Thursdays. So we're gonna go on a little more in depth on some of the topics that we missed out on today. But I want to go ahead and get the Tory Lanez, or at least my take on the Tory Lanez topic, out of the way early. And I guess even with the people that decide little beefs that DDG is taking on, man, because of the allegations that he got against him, I don't even want to even get into none of that. I feel like all of that stuff is messy, And you know, he don't deserve none of that, man. I ain't even gonna feed into it. I'm just gonna let it ride. And then all the other clips that I got, I'm just gonna have to do something separate because I spent too much time listening to rap music, and now we can't even talk about other topics. But Tory Lanez, man. So first, Tory Lanez gets stabbed. First, Tory Lanez announced from his Twitter page that he was stabbed 14 times, including 7 wounds to his back, 4 to his torso, 2 to the back of his head, and 1 to the left side of his face. Both of his lungs collapsed, and he was placed in a breathing apparatus. He is now breathing on his own, despite, like immediately after. That was the beautiful thing about like them telling the stories, because immediately after they say that he couldn't breathe, it was like, oh, he breathing on his own. So he couldn't breathe, but now he breathing on his own. So it was like, okay, like he breathing all the time, really. He was placed on a breathing apparatus, and then he started breathing on his own. But he say he is now breathing on his own. We just want to tell y'all that he was on the breathing apparatus, but now they got him good. Despite being in pain, he is talking normally and in good spirits, and deeply thankful to God that he is pulling through. He also wants to thank everyone for their continued prayers and support. Yes, the fact that he is in prison is a bad thing. The fact that he was getting stabbed in prison is a very, very bad thing, man. Hold your head toward. I like your music. I feel like you shouldn't have to do the time that the extensive amount of time that you had to do. And I think that they're going to remedy that. But I also feel like it's a little too late for people to be excited or people to now use the fact that he got stabbed as the momentum to discuss the fact that Megan Thee Stallion may have lied about saying that Tory shot her. I never really kind of believe that completely, and a lot of people don't really believe that, but that's really neither here nor there, because he still got to do the damn time now. You know what I'm saying? Kelsey got the immunity. He said that she didn't shoot Megan. And, if that didn't happen, then, Megan had a bullet fragment in her foot. And there's folks that say that he didn't have any gun prints on the weapon or fingerprints on the weapon, or and there's just things that the folks kind of line up with what Tory, as far as to exonerate him from having a weapon in his hand. But I hear conflicting stories, because I hear on one side that he did have gunpowder residue on his hands. But either way it go, again, it kind of just bothers me that he didn't tell, not that he didn't tell on Kelsey, but he didn't share these statements while he was on trial. And that these people that felt the need to cover up until now, like, it's just all too convenient, and the timing is all. And it's like, oh, he gets stabbed, so I didn't know he'd be losing his life in jail. Hey, I gotta do something. You could have did this like 6 months ago, even, like, So it's like the bodyguard says that he overheard Kelsey overheard Kelsey say that she shot Megan. And then they saying that they coming out with new statements or new evidence.
Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Ms. Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity, and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. Peterson I'm sorry, Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had, where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified.
It's all very compelling. Very, very compelling. And I'm sorry, Mixler, because this broadcast is about to end. So if you guys want to hear or see more, you're going to have to come over to the YouTube, where we will kind of wrap things up. But this is a very compelling story. And we'll see you next time, Mixler app. It's the DOZHATOLDYA podcast, man. I appreciate y'all for listening. Make sure y'all follow all the platforms handles. DOZHATOLDYA on all platforms. And we'll see y'all next time if you on the Mixler app. And we're going to continue to go and do this thing overtime on YouTube. But let me close this real quick and keep the party going. Yeah, that was fun. So, yeah.
He saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. Passenger side is where Miss Harris was sitting. This further iterates that Mr. Peterson did not shoot Miss Pete, did not shoot at Miss Pete, or did not assault Miss Pete. It's just another irregularity in a list of irregularities in this case. For example, there were 3 potential suspects in the car that night, and yet the only DNA sample was taken of Mr. Peterson, even though unknown DNA was found on the gun. Why wasn't Miss Harris's DNA taken? Or was it taken and the information simply never given to the defense? Why wasn't the driver of the car, Mr. Jaquan Smith's DNA taken? Or was it taken and again, simply not given to the defense?
So now they have appeals, I guess, that they can run, and they have evidence that they can kind of present. And maybe this evidence can help get Tori released. And what damage and what does that mean about what Megan Thee Stallion, is now having her career move forward? She said that she wants Tori to leave her alone. And it's like, hey, some folks may feel like you are the person that is the harming party. I'm not those folks, but hey, the guys had a very compelling speech about the DNA and stuff, and how the gun could have been fired and fell on the ground and been fired, and then that makes sense though why she got hit in the foot, and I don't This is all a lot. It's all a lot to take in. I just had to kind of understand. Oh, okay, man. I think we did it. It's just been a very, very hard week for black men, man. Black men just been losing in a lot of different ways. I just want to say, man, black man, y'all keep y'all head up. Y'all keep y'all head up, man, because it's getting spooky out here. And I mean, some of these folks deserve it, no doubt. A lot of these folks deserve what they, had coming for them, or, the bullshit that they did. But, man, oh, man, it's spooky out here. I'm going to just say that. I think that about do it. I think that about do it for today's show. We're going to come back and make some more clips a little later. But yeah, I just want y'all to know, man, ain't nobody doing no shit like this. I understand that folks is going to copy and kind of like do it in a different ways. But I just want to show folks the possibilities of how you can enjoy hip-hop, you can enjoy yourself, and also spread information and then spread your opinion and cause conversation. Because now people may have a different conversation or a different perspective of the Tory Lanez trial or Chris Brown being arrested or DDG not being able to see his son. And, or some folks may feel like that they should continue to be persecuted because of the bullshit that sometimes some men get caught up in doing. Hey, I don't know, man. It's getting crazy, man. Especially for black fathers. I say that much. Like, I don't understand why it's a very, very difficult time for black men and women to co-parent. But, man, we need the therapy. We need the plan of action to raise successful and healthy, thriving families. So I'm going to pray for everybody, man, on that note, because it's just weird. And y'all pray for me because, man, I would like to have a family one day, man, and I got to get busy. I went all the way to Seattle, went to go see the greatest rapper alive, King Kendrick. And I'm going to make another clip about that, man. But I got this beautiful shirt. It says Gloria. And she's one of the most beautiful people in my life. So I just had to have the shirt. So thanks and happy Mother's Day and happy every day to one of the most beautiful people in my life, Gloria. And I just want to say thanks, Kendrick. Thank you, Kendrick, for such a great performance, such a great album, such a great moment in hip-hop. SZA is also a drop-dead gorgeous, beautiful, talented, lovely, just an angelic person. The way she connects with her fans and the way her music connects with so many different people. I went to go see this show, and it was raining. And the show is being said to be the biggest show as far as he broke another one of his own records with making the most money. I can see why, because everything costs a whole lot. But yeah. And maybe they just be having these updates just for bragging rights and bragging purposes. But I was there. It was amazing. This is clips of it. But until somebody like does what this man has did and kind of shine like this man has did, I don't want to hear shit else. Tell them folks to drop their music. Like Joey Badass is, but I'm talking about everybody singing everything. Not every song. There was a couple of moments. There was a couple of bad down moments, I admit. But to see everybody singing and going crazy about Not Like Us, and it's just being multicultural, I don't know. I just came out of it thinking a whole different way about everything that we've been battling and bickering about as of recently. So I'm a changed person. I'm inspired. It was a good getaway, a great show. Shout out to and special thanks to my brother Puma, very very good friend, man, and his family, his girl Andrea. Yeah, man, they showed me some great hospitality for the weekend, and I can't wait to go back to Seattle. Shout out to Dave, man, my friend David came and pulled up on me, man. We went out and had lunch, man. Checked out some great stuff in the Asian Chinese culture, because it was Culture Day or whatever at the pavilion that I was eating at. That was great. Walked around, just enjoyed the city a little bit, even in the rain. There was a long ass line just for merch. I want to tell you that the line for merch was hundreds of feet just for merch, and it was hours and hours before the concert. The line was long as hell just for people to buy stuff like this, and it was amazing. And I was like, damn, that motherfucker Kendrick is a motherfucker. So again, they broke a record, man. Kendrick breaks his record for highest grossing concert by a rapper in history, making $14.8 million from 60,941 tickets sold. That is fucking amazing. At Lumen Field, I should know. I bought 2 tickets. I wanted to surprise either my brother or a nice woman friend. And I couldn't even line up a good woman friend, and I ain't have the money to do it like I wanted to do it. To be able to buy both the ticket for the flight and the ticket, I thought I was gonna be able to sell the ticket. I couldn't sell the ticket, so then I went to the damn concert with an extra seat. Ain't that some bullshit? I went there in the rain, spent double the seats. Spent the same money that I spent on the seats on the plane ticket, and I enjoyed every minute of it, and I'll do it again tomorrow. I'm telling you, man, amazing show. Amazing show. Kendrick and SZA, they gonna break some records, man, and it's gonna be something to just to have to deal with. I mean, he did so many songs, you just would forget, like, some of the stuff. It was unforgettable, but I can't wait to see. I can't wait. And I mean, yeah, Kendrick fans are it's a lot of white boys. It's a lot of white boys that had the merch, man. All the white boys, man. White, Asians, black boys too. And these are stadiums, bro, of people, bro. And they are singing the songs. So I said it, and I'm going to stand on it. Kendrick Lamar is the best rapper alive right now. He went up against who many consider is the best rapper alive, and I didn't really even think he was the best rapper alive, really. He's just the best artist of all time, maybe. I give y'all that, whatever y'all want to say about that other guy. And I don't even want to even mention him, but again, man, coming off of just destroying his opponent the way he did, the man went crazy, man. Or is going crazy on tour right now, and it's not even over with, man. It's like, I almost feel like I'm the only thing I'm mad about is the fact that I bought 2 tickets. I should have bought the Atlanta ticket and went to Seattle. I wish I would. I want to see. I want to go again. I want to go to it again this weekend. Like, I definitely would go again. Cause I didn't. I was in line buying merch, and I missed "Good Days" by SZA, and I gotta experience that. I missed that, so I want to buy the. I want to buy the DVD, like whatever they coming out with as far as this tour. More paraphernalia that I can buy. I gotta find me a hoodie. The hoodies was like $120, my nigga, and they were selling hundreds and thousands of them motherfuckers. Probably can't make enough hoodies. And by the way, Kendrick still has the #1 song in the country for like the 14th week in a row or something like that. Shout out to Luther Vandross. Shout out to Lil SZA. Them going back to back and just back to back headliners just with the hits. It gave you opportunity, if you didn't really want to check out a Kendrick song, you could go to the bathroom real quick, because it'd be hard to watch a tour because you got to use the bathroom, man. I don't know what them folks be doing down in the pit, but I want to go back to the show. I want to experience the pit. I don't care where I sit at. The shit was amazing. I am very, very happy. I got me some merch. SZA is beautiful. I tried to stay in the line to see SZA, and I had to fold because it was raining. But the fact that this man was in the rain performing like this will forever be legendary. This just adds to the legend. And them folks know on the words bar for bar. Okay, man. I guess I stop with the glazing. They're saying I'm glazing Kendrick right now. All right, man. Again, I just enjoy myself. I definitely recommend it. And again, I can't wait till y'all come out with the DVD. I'm going to watch that motherfucker a bunch of times. Or, stream it a bunch of times. Or whatever. All right, so I appreciate y'all. We took a journey through hip-hop. We took a journey through nastiness in the Diddy trial. We took a journey through unfair but true relationship concern. And maybe we as a black community need to invest in our mental health, our couples therapy, ourself. We should, the reparations should come with like therapy, and it should come with like a life coach and things like that. There's so many things that we need to fix within our community, but it's definitely broken for all of these celebrity women. Not all, not like it's a lot, like all, but for celebrity women to just always, not always, but end up being in abusive relationships, it's just very sad, man. It's just sad that nobody can really make the family work, man. It just gives you it just drops your hope, man. Just thinking, that love and all that stuff really works out. That's all, man. I want to say happy birthday I'm gonna just move on and close the show on out, man. Happy birthday to Rose Naughty. It's Taurus mode. Happy birthday to my brother T-Dash. I'm finna hit him up right now, see what he got going on, man. The end of Taurus season is upon us, man. We on to the next. Gemini season is upon us. But shout out to the Tauruses, man. My brother Young Quan, my brother T-Dash, and Rose Naughty, and more. It was quite a few Tauruses that we celebrated this season, and it was prom season, and now it's graduation season. So, y'all, they got y'all with another ritual to spend all this money. We're gonna talk about that during the next show, about how these folks out here spending all this money. You know what I'm saying, under these damn rituals and shit like that. But I ain't gonna hold y'all up no more, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we covered it, man. We covered it all, man. Joey Badass is a bad motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Never will I suggest anybody try that man in no rap shit at all. And he's done channeled Pac. I don't know if it's enough for Kendrick, you know what I'm saying? You know, especially while he on tour, he definitely ain't stepping out of his comfort zone right now and out of his mission. You know, and now for his definitely ain't stepping away from the big parade, the big hate parade to get involved with no damn Joey Badass. For what? Anyway, I got calls coming in, man. Rest in peace to all those that we lost. Thoughts and prayers to Joe Biden and his prostate cancer. No thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers to Chris Brown, man. Hold your head. DDG, hold your head. Diddy, good luck, buddy. Smokey Robinson, no thoughts and prayers for you. We ain't really talk about you, but come on, man. Smokey Robinson, you gotta do better, man. These dudes, man, of all kinds, man, just be kind of horny throughout life. And I get it, man. I do too. But god dang, being a man has just become so hard in the 2025s. It's not hard. I ain't gonna say hard. That's strenuous. It's just tricky. We'll see y'all next time, man. We'll be back, man, with yet another Doja Told Ya podcast 100 and what? 47? 147, man. I appreciate it. I'll see y'all next time. Until next time, make sure you follow us on all platforms. Like and subscribe. And it's all love, baby. Love y'all. And can't wait to see y'all again. You did.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Dame Doja. If you're looking to get your interview done or be a guest host on our podcast, hit us up at DOZHATOLDYA.COM. Bump what you heard. Remember who told you? It's Doja Told Ya.